And we are live.
Hey,
what's up, crew? Chaz
and Trista
here with the one and only. What was the term you guys came up with? Is couple hustle.
Couple hustle.
Couple hustle.
Hashtag
you guys know
hustle.
these faces. If you do not know these guys, you should know them and go subscribe to their channel. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
We're Ralli Roots.
We are Ralli Roots.
You got to do the full intro.
Right.
Let me see the full intro. You got to do it.
What's going on, guys? I'm Ryan Roots.
And I'm Allie Roots.
And together we are
Ralli Roots.
We
Cue intro.
Anymore.
I love it.
It's so good. It's
Patent pending.
Oh my gosh, the corniness, the cheesiness.
Do you guys do that in the morning? Like you wake up and you look at
Every
Ryan
morning.
and Ryan looks at you and you're like, Ralli Roots.
Every single morning.
You know what's funny is that we actually do. So sometimes, like, if we find something really cool or if we do a good job at something, I'll be like, you know what, babe? Hey, good job.
Nice.
Boom.
You know when we do that actually is whenever we have a serious adult discussion.
Oh, that's true too.
Whenever I'm like, hey, Brian, you know, you've been a little moody lately, and I know it's because you're doing the interval fasting, and I would really appreciate it. This is uncomfortable for me to say, but I'd really appreciate if maybe you stopped doing it or were more aware of how you're treating other people.
Hashtag feed
and
Ryan.
he's like, all right, and we're like, good talk?
Hashtag feed Ryan.
Good talk.
That is amazing.
Ryan. Yeah.
That is amazing. We don't do the one thing that we kind of do is we'll do the air fives.
Yeah.
Like if we're just across the room, we've been doing that for.
We do that all the time.
Do you sound effect it? Do you go?
We should do.
I don't know.
Sometimes
I don't really feel like we
airwave at each other. Whenever you're working and I'm working and we're on opposite sides of the house or warehouse, like
just do the hey babe.
Just making sure that you know I'm still here.
Hey.
Right.
That's awesome. Welcome in the chat, guys.
Welcome you guys in the chat. I already see a bunch of people popping in, which is so exciting.
What's up?
Scott from Niagara Falls. We were there.
We just got back from Niagara Falls.
So we're going to be this is our last Thursday night. We're going to be doing this. So if you guys did not catch the little poll I did last week, we're going to be doing Tuesday nights. There's already 2 shows that go on Thursdays, and I personally would not sit through 3 lives in one day. So we're going to bump over to a different day. And a lot of you voted on Tuesday. So Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time is what the new time will be. But aside from that, we wanted to bring these guys on just because they're one of our favorite channels ever to watch.
You guys are just so chill to talk to. I love
hanging out with you guys. I feel like you guys are cooler than us though. So sorry, babe. I think they're pretty cool.
I agree.
I don't know about that, but we'll roll with it. It's so funny. It's like YouTube and just the internet in general. You meet people that you collab with so well. Like when we finally meet face to face, it's not going to feel like we've never met before. That's
no, it's going to be
so
weird.
Funny. Yeah. That's one of the funniest. That's one of the funniest things about meeting or like doing meetups and stuff, because people will come up to us and like give us a big hug and stuff, and we're like, "Hey, what's your username?" And then we're like, "Oh,
yes," because they know us. But then when we meet up with someone from YouTube that we've seen and spoke to, you know, just like this, you know, it's like we're actually talking to you guys.
Yeah,
I understand how everyone who watches us feels
so
because it feels the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys got 5 bucks.
What's up, Inflated Hero? That's Jason, isn't it? I believe it's Jason. Thanks for the super chat there. I think he put here we go. Said, Ralli Roots, I took your advice on auctions, and so far I bought 100 prom dresses and office closeout to send to Amazon. That's
awesome.
Amazing. Nice work, man.
That's super exciting.
And another super chat coming in from Lauren. Thank you.
Lauren.
Much appreciated.
Have you guys met Lauren?
We have not.
No. Oh, you're missing out, guys.
She's like, take the person you know with the most energy and like multiply it by 20,000.
20,000.
So we need to meet.
She's like the Goku of humans. She's just like, wow, all the energy. It's amazing.
Allie, you have a secret admirer in the chat. We're not so secret anymore, I guess.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Wicked Freak Show asked, I just got engaged in Funko Pop.
Oh, wow.
As you can see, actually, we're probably the biggest Funko Pop people in the whole like niche that we have here.
People hate us though because ours are out of the boxes.
Dude, yeah,
Ours
mine.
are mostly
mine
out.
too.
The
Okay, I
chases
see.
don't leave the box.
Yeah, we'll keep like the exclusives or the rare ones in the boxes, but no, we unbox them because you get to see all the detail and
I
stuff.
know. I like to play with my toys.
I know, right? Just got engaged Funko Pop, but not with a wholesaler. I don't want to get banned. Can I sell them or not? If your app shows on this for Amazon, if your app shows that you are not restricted, then you're good to sell them. It's like any other RA product. Funko, I have not heard one case of Funko, the brand, going after anyone for IP, so I personally wouldn't worry about it. I will say Funko listings have been disappearing like crazy lately,
Yeah,
so they
that's been
may
weird.
be getting strict on the brand. I have no idea.
Oh, because all the fakes coming out of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of that's what happened with Nike, right? It was 2 summers ago. That's when Nike laid down there. So they may be moving towards that. So if you can get a wholesale account,
Yeah, we can't sell them on Amazon, but we're not as heavy on Amazon as you guys.
yeah. I think I was selling them
that with,
a while ago, so I was grandfathered in.
Yeah.
I also do have a direct account, so I do have invoicing just to cover my butt.
The interesting thing that I found though with selling Funko is that a lot of the times the price difference will be pretty minimal between Amazon and eBay. So if you can't sell them on Amazon, I would suggest putting them on eBay. And then it's just a matter of shipping them the right way so they don't get damaged, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And you can go to Uline actually has, if you just, I don't remember what the exact measurement was, but Uline has cheap boxes for like 30 to 40 cents each, and they fit Funkos perfectly.
Like,
Oh, wow,
like
I
they were
didn't know
made
that.
for.
Yeah, so
that's
uline.com, you can go get different size boxes, but they have one that is pretty close to a Funko box.
That's a
size,
great
so
tip.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then for people who don't want to spend money on boxes, don't forget you can always go to Walmart when they're restocking and ask for free boxes.
That's a good
A lot
idea.
of people
Allie.
don't know that. Yeah, I used to do that whenever we were younger.
Don't mind me.
Moving stuff,
Don't mind me,
you know,
guys.
so-
I know we're both partaking, but the difference is we're at our office. I don't have
We're super classy.
cup or glasses for a reason.
Did you see my wine glasses even Dragon Ball Z?
Oh,
Fancy.
that's
Isn't that
amazing.
sick? One of our friends painted, like hand painted 4 Dragon Ball Z glasses for us. And the bottom is a Dragon Ball. See that?
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
And of course,
That's
the
amazing.
glass gets the Dragon Ball number 4.
That's right.
That is awesome. I love it.
Nice.
I've told so many people why so many times, but I won't nerd out on you guys.
Malachi says, which one of you guys are ungated in Nikes or groceries? We've got both. I was grandfathered into Nike, by the way. That's like the number one thing I ever get asked. How did you get Nike? I was grandfathered in because I was selling them 2 years ago.
We don't have Nike, but we do have groceries.
And grocery, guys, if you don't know, is still, some people are still getting auto approved. So literally just go into add a product under Seller Central and just type in grocery or like a grocery brand and hit apply and see if it happens. Last time we mentioned this on a live chat, we had like 13 or 14 people
It was
live
really fun.
get auto approved. So go try that
Oh,
out.
wow.
It was just alive, and we were like, you know, just telling, like literally walking people through what buttons to click, and then like minutes later they'd be like, "Oh my god, I got ungated!"
That's awesome.
That's crazy. That's
Mhm.
exciting. Oh my gosh.
So it's super fun.
Callie's World in the house.
Hey, Callie.
She's watching us on the big screen.
Heck
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a good question from Omar. He says, started the global shipping program with eBay today. Any tips?
Any tips?
The only tip that I can really give with that is be careful shipping more delicate items because they do you ship them to a shipping center, like a clearinghouse, and then they do repackage them and ship them out. So just be careful shipping like delicate items. We don't do any like super fragile items through the GSP, mostly just clothing and shoes. And then watch out for restricted items. Most of the time, if you try to list something restricted through the global shipping program, it'll tell you, but there's certain items that you're not allowed to ship globally. That's about it.
Yeah, I've never run into that. We kind of are in the same boat. We just do shoes and clothing for global, but
Yeah.
I always am a little like, it's so weird that people don't enroll in that program if you're shipping easy stuff, because I always
It's literally no
say, like,
extra work.
Yeah, it's no extra work, and at least 2 items a week I sell on the global shipping program. So
It's
totally
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, Callie sold, what were they, like Spice Girls bubble gum Cans, they were like cans of soda, but there wasn't soda in them. There was something else like pixie sticks or bubble gum.
I don't remember. Callie's in the chat.
Them.
What were they, Callie?
If I could picture Callie selling anything in the world, that right there is like a Callie item to sell. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's great.
What's up, 19 cells? Mr. Lewis in the chat.
Hey, Lewis.
Lewis is awesome. We've also met him in person. He's a really nice guy.
Lewis is incredible. Great
Lewis
guy.
in Houston.
No.
I think he's like in your
right
backyard.
Down the street, man. He came into the office.
Oh, that Lewis.
Yeah.
Venison Lewis?
Yeah. Venison.
Where's my venison Lewis? We met his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome people.
I want venison.
That's so funny.
Sweet. Well, let's do you guys go ahead and keep dropping questions in there. We'll come back to a little Q&A sesh for you. We did a poll just to kind of try something a little different and see, instead of us bringing a topic to the table, we wanted to see what topics you actually want to hear about. And it was like 42% voted for. You guys wanted to hear about the transition from part-time side hustle to a full-time gig. And I thought, especially as couples, that both sets of us work together pretty much, and we see each other 24/7. I thought that'd be just kind of a cool thing to bounce back and forth on. So if you guys have any questions relative to that specifically, feel free to drop those over too, and we'll do an open Q&A kind of towards the end here. But yeah, I figured that would be a good starting point, because I think a lot of people, when they first start reselling, it starts out as that side hobby that you see, especially recently, it's everyone sees Instagram accounts, they see YouTubers doing it, and so like, oh, I want to try it too. And it starts off. And it looks
so easy.
Yeah, and it looks so easy, right? And so it always starts off as just something to make a few $100 to help with some bills. And then you start to realize, well, if I can do a few $100, all I have to do is put in more time and money, and then I can make a few thousand. So I thought talk about that transition would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I think what it is whenever you find that one item at a garage sale that's like $3 and you can sell it for $70, and you think to yourself, if I drive to work in rush hour, it takes me X amount of hours to make $70, and I just found this in 5 minutes. I can throw it up online. If I throw it up cheap enough, it'll probably sell in the next 2 weeks. And if I have enough of those items, I think that's why people really want to go full time, is because you see that potential profit in just that one item. That's almost a full day's worth of work to a lot of people.
But it's tough though. I think most people can do that. Most people can go and find that $3 garage sale, find and flip it for $50 and get lucky. It's hard to do it full time and actually make an income doing it. It's even harder to grow your business, I think, and start hiring people and making sure that they're secure, you know? And
I will say one of the most important things for going full time is you have to love doing it, because if you don't want to go thrifting and you don't want to go garage selling, it might not be right for you, because it's really hard to just you'd be miserable. So it's like, if you don't love it, why do it? You know, Ben and Jerry's logo right there. But I definitely feel like it would be too hard to go straight into wholesale in the beginning. You would have to start off smaller. So you really got to love doing it to number one, to even be a possibility for a full-time thing.
I think our situation's a little bit unique compared to most people's as well, because I've always had businesses since I was, I started my first, let's call it my first successful business, because I had failures before it, but when I was 20. So I've been in business forever. Since then, I haven't had a job. But we got into reselling after I had a company, and it was a decently sized company with like 30 employees. And it was so much work, and I was so stressed out, and I was working like 80 hours a week, and I wasn't taking a paycheck. I was putting all the money back into the business, and finally it was like, I gotta stop. I'm gonna kill myself. So I did. Like, we liquidated that company, and for, I want to say for like a couple months, Allie and I just sat at home and we thought about what is our next step? What do we want to do? We knew we wanted to do another business. We just didn't know in what realm. And
we
then
built a couple of websites in that time. I mean, we went through a lot of ideas.
We were like, what should we really focus on? And then we went garage sailing. And we did exactly what Ali said. We found some stuff that we spent a couple $100 on, and we flipped it for $400 profit, right? And as soon as that happened, that's when it clicked for us. Like, my business mind said, what other business can you make that type of margin in. It's impossible. Like if you own a business and it's doing 20, 30% net, it's awesome. Like good for you. And that's 3 years later down the road, right? You have to put 6 figures into the business and then maybe you'll be in profit 3 years later. Reselling, you can do it immediately. There's literally no barriers to entry and you can do it with almost no money, which is crazy. I mean, you can start by flipping stuff out of your house. That's why it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. How do we take it from this and build it into an actual business? Plus it's fun. You know what I mean? Like who doesn't want to go to garage sales and treasure hunt? We're modern day treasure hunters, which is cool.
I keep saying that. I'm going to make it
literally, that's our job title.
Yeah.
Seriously, I want a business card that says modern day treasure hunter. Can we do that?
We want to buy your stuff. Yeah.
In the shape of a fist bump.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Fist bump.
You've got to do that. You've got to do that.
Yeah.
I like that you brought that up, Brian, because I have a really hard time. Charles and I, even though we're in business together, we're partners, we have different business models within what we do. And so Charles can definitely be okay with that 20, 30, 40% ROI.
Right.
I don't like anything that's under like 200%, right?
For those that don't know what she's referring to, I do all the Amazon stuff. She handles all the eBay, which are two totally different animals. And with the Amazon model, we're switching from RA and OA to 100% wholesale, which typically is going to be lower margins. But I'm going for high volume is what I'm going for that.
Yeah. So it's funny because, I'm in that same mindset where it's like, what other business or what other business model could I buy something for $1 and sell it for 20 and do that over and over and over again? You know, and Charles is more like, I'll buy something for $3 if I can make $3. I'm like, that's a terrible business model. So we kind of
in my head, I'm like, I'm doubling my money. And again, it's all about velocity too, because you got to look at how fast you're going to get that money back too. Because you can buy something for, you know, in wholesale, if you got a product that's like $5 and you can make $10, but it's a super slow seller, I would much rather just skip that product and go to something that's going to spend 5, make 3 to 5. And it's going to be quick, right? And then you just do volume at that point.
Yeah,
volume is key with Amazon for sure.
But that's why it's important to have both models, though, right? It's important,
100%.
2 different models, because I mean, I'm on the side where I love Amazon because I think it's easier. Once you get the ball rolling, it is easier to pack stuff up and ship it off, right? But I love eBay because it's fun.
No, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
eBay's
like,
got the fun factor.
Yeah, I like thrifting. I like looking through thrift stores and finding that one piece and kind of like reviving that piece and getting it to the right person. But then I love making wholesale relationships and making the big money that pays the bills. So that's why I think it's important for you guys to get into both. And then you can decide what to focus on, obviously.
And a lot of categories are gated anyway. So if you have a nice big store on eBay with a lot of great reviews and you buy that wholesale lot and you can't sell it on Amazon, it's great that you have the big eBay store with all those great reviews, because somebody might not want to buy a $150 item from somebody with 20 reviews and would definitely feel comfortable buying that expensive item with somebody who has over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 reviews.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I always like.
Hey, side note, do you like the AirPods?
Oh, dude, these were
off topic.
I will pay whatever it takes to have these things. I want those for my birthday. Let me give you some positive feedback on them. I was super hesitant to get these things because I lost 3 pair of the regular ones.
Yeah.
And so I had to, they were $30 a pop. So I already spent $120 on replacements.
That's awesome.
And so when these came out, I didn't buy them for a long time. And I finally hit the point where I literally ripped my headphones apart one day because they were all tangled up again. And I got so furious with them.
Allie always posts the best Instagram photos of just this mass.
How do you not tangle them? They're
how are there literally 40 knots in your headphones? I swear once I literally removed at least 18 knots from your headphones.
That's true.
All I could think to myself was, it looks like you sit there and tie knots in them.
You know what?
You sleep
on purpose.
Sleeps on them and rolls and tosses and turns into sleep. And like 20 nights later, I look at his headphones, and all I can think to myself is, ooh, how on earth did they not just fall into 1,000 pieces? There's so many knots in them.
So Allie, this is a frustration in your life, right?
This is a frustration. We have solutions for you.
There's a solution for that.
Yeah, because Ryan's not gonna lose them.
I won't lose them.
Yeah.
So
just the way he said I won't lose them makes me think.
So that was the part that I was super hesitant about, was losing them. Shockingly, I have not. The only time I've had issues, I've done this twice, is when I get into my car after the gym and I go to take them out, I might like slip, and it goes in between the car seat and the console. I've had that happen twice.
I give up. Buy me a new pair. I'm not searching for them.
I like Lauren's idea. Lauren says, Allie, buy Ryan a drone for his birthday.
Okay.
A drone and some AirPods, I'll be a happy Ryan. It's my 30th birthday, guys. I'm turning 30.
I'll get you the Maverick.
When's your birthday, Ryan? Okay, maybe he doesn't want to say.
June 4th.
So I'm 30 in July 28th.
Yeah.
Oh, we have super close birthdays.
So
Should we do a Tampa? I'm a Leo. I'm right on the other side.
Oh, you're on the cusp.
I'm on the cusp. We should do it. We should do a Tampa 30th birthday bash.
Nice.
Let's go.
Let's go on a cruise.
Let's see if we can make this happen.
If I get a drone, I can film it.
Oh, God.
That is very true.
This is true.
I haven't got a drone because I can't justify, like, what are we going to do? Like, I'm going to go to a garage sale and then get aerial footage.
The most epic garage video of all
You
time.
can set them to
And you know that will hurt your, like, when you make an offer, like, they'll be like, you're this jerk who's flying an airplane around my house. I'm not giving you a deal on this.
Seriously.
no, you can't have this for $1.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like, here's $1 for a t-shirt and then drone footage of Hawaii.
I could just put like pigtails in my hair and a backpack on and pretend like I'm a child filming the garage sale because I have the braces. I mean, no one would know that I'm 30 years old. I look like I'm 12.
I had a drone. I got the I even had the 4K version. I had like the fancy drone, but we live in Portland. In the second, I bought it last summer. Got awesome footage. It's in some of our old vlogs, like some of those aerial shots. I used it for like 8 weeks, and then it started pouring down rain for 7 months straight. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna sell that now.
It just like sat around. It wasn't getting used.
But if I lived in Florida,
we're not moving. Sorry.
The weather, it's always sunny here.
You guys don't want to.
You know they have garage sales.
I know.
Every month of the year.
Know. Okay, you guys, we're not ignoring you.
I didn't realize that there was garage sale season until
totally.
Winter came.
I literally got into the car last week was our first garage sale, or the week before was our first garage sale of the year. Ooh. And I got in the car and I literally had like goosebumps.
Yeah,
I was
we were
so excited.
Oh,
guys, we still need it. That's still one of our most popular videos, is the collab garage sale wars video that we did with you guys. We need
seriously?
Yeah.
Do an updated version.
I think it got like 14,000 views or something. I gotta look.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, we got garage sale season back. Let's do an updated one.
Awesome. Yeah, we're back. We're back, you guys.
Back in action.
Yeah. So let me see. Malachi.
I want to clarify that top one.
Oh, okay.
Scroll up a little bit.
A little bit more.
Malachi, you said when you are selling, when you say wholesaling, are you referring to private labeling? We are referring to buying directly from the manufacturer, brand, or distributor. So we're buying someone else's product in quantity from an authorized distributor.
Usually bigger brands, like we don't buy Fisher Price exclusively, but that would be an example, like Fisher Price or something.
I would love that account.
And new in the box stuff, yeah?
Yeah, new in the box stuff, not liquidated items, not customer returns. Some wholesalers will say they have. Private labeling is when you're going typically to China and you're ordering your own product with your own brand.
Like the fanny packs we're making.
I'm working on it, guys. I've been working on it. I'm actually
excited.
waiting to see if I, get some responses back because they're on a very different time zone than us. So let's see. Let's see if I have some responses.
I almost took a couple mornings ago at the gym. There was this guy wearing a bright blue fanny pack. I almost took a picture of him to send to you.
Amazing. I'm telling you, it's back. You're welcome, world.
Oh my
I have more. This is a good one. I have more money than time. Any advice for finding higher profit items like spend 40, sell for 200?
Yeah, let me give you my PayPal email. It's Ryan.
Well, that case.
Yeah.
My first thought with that, Jordan, is when you hit the point where you have more money than time, you need to look at a few things. One is if you have less time than what you want, see if you could, I don't know what your current situation is with how you're sourcing stuff, but you may not need to look for higher profit items. That's one way to do it. Another way too is to look at hiring somebody to shop for you.
Yep.
So having multiple people, and this totally depends on what method you're using. I'm thinking from like a retail and online arbitrage person. So like Q4, I ran out of time. I was out driving like 30 hours a week just to go get all my Q4 products last season. So I hired 2 shoppers in 2 different towns to go shop. Because in RA, I was able to give them a specific list of stuff to go look for. If you're thrifting and working that model, it might be a little bit different. That's something Brian and Allie would have more info on.
It's still possible. I mean, you can still get people. There's a really cool YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Round 2. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that. No.
They have shops in California, New York, and Miami. I think there might be another one like middle of the country.
You told me about this channel. But
it's all vintage, used clothing, and they have models where they have storefronts, but people come in like almost like a pawn shop, and most of the people who come in are collectors or thrifters, and they'll go to thrift stores, find stuff, bring it to their shop, and then they pay them for it. So there's a lot of, if that's your market, if you're into like vintage clothing, you can totally hire people to go and find like, hey, go find us Tommy Hilfiger grails and then come back and we'll pay you half of the value that it's worth.
That's good.
It makes it easier. Yeah.
Huh, it's hard to look at your face while you're talking because you are so hairy right now.
I know, it's gross.
You're so hairy. All I see.
Are you kidding me, Allie? Are you kidding me right now?
This is the trimmed version, by the way.
Yeah.
I let it get a little. I let it grow out there.
Homeless is what I call it.
This was just like 2 weeks ago. I trimmed it down. I instantly regretted it.
He did.
Instantly.
We couldn't tell if you were a hipster or homeless.
I was on that borderline. Like some days I literally just show up in like cargo shorts and like a tank top, and I just wander in here.
That's the look, dude. That's the Portland look.
It is Portland.
What we do.
It is Portland.
Another thing that I was thinking about, going back to the more money than time question, is that if you're finding that, you don't want to do the thrifting and use stuff and you don't have time to put that on eBay, that's the big thing about eBay is that it is a little more tedious. Or at least I find that to be a little more tedious than Amazon. There's also what's called OA, which is online arbitrage. And there are programs and things to help you kind of accomplish that. But everything's done from your computer, right? So you order online, it's shipped to your house, you send it into Amazon, and you repeat the process over and over. You're not stepping into stores. You can stack coupons and kind of get the best deal.
Cashback sites.
Cashbacks are huge.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. So that's also an option. If you're newer to the reselling Amazon or eBay platform, online arbitrage is maybe a way to.
I just saw your sister popped in here.
Yeah, my sister's in here.
What's up, Tater?
It's Tater.
And also you have to like that too, because I know we did a bit of online arbitrage. And we did not enjoy it. It was very irritating. It was dry. It was
like a job.
It was very
it's like a job.
That's why I outsourced 100% of it.
Yeah.
Smart. Exactly what happened. We found ourselves going back to thrift stores instead of going and buying the things we knew we could buy online to send to Amazon because we were just I don't know, it wasn't fun for us. And for us right now in life, we just wanted to have fun too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other thing is like if you have a reselling business that's popping and you have a bunch of cash in the bank, so you can obviously build your business more, but you can also start looking at diversifying into other businesses.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be about reselling. I know that's what we preach, but I mean, buy property, invest in stocks, like build your portfolio, get into other things.
That's a lot of people don't realize that's how we came up with Side Hustle Pros is like our channel name, because we've never had our eggs in one basket. Kind of similar background as Ryan. Like I haven't built like big businesses my whole life at all. My first one was online health and fitness coaching, was like my little side hustle I started up. I started my own massage practice. And so that was like my first experience with it. And once I saw that if you would put all your eggs in one basket and all of a sudden you have a slow month, like you're screwed. You're going to have zero to pay the bills. And after that happened with massage therapy, Some months were amazing. Then other months I didn't have any clients on the table, which meant couldn't really pay many bills that month. And that's when I started looking at diversifying. And that's why I love that Ryan just brought that up, because I'm a huge fan on diversifying your income. Because for me in the beginning as a side hustle, I was looking to fill gaps during the slow month. And then once they started to grow, that's where you start to learn which ones to put the attention into.
Right.
Yeah. Like the online arbitrage is great to add to our arsenal of
it's
going into
cool.
thrift stores and going to garage sales.
If you can like get, let's say 4 streams of income that cover your bills, each one covers your bills, you have so many different avenues to fall back on. So like if eBay for some reason's like,
a slow week.
We're done, or like summer months coming up, it might go down, who knows? But you have other avenues that you can use to still pay your bills.
Yeah, because you can't rely on a website. Like we all know that eBay's constantly, they're experimenting, they're changing their algorithms, they're updating their systems. I mean, sometimes their systems are down. It could be anything.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to be different platforms, but this definitely the diversifying in different streams of income, because
Inflated Hero said he tagged me on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, it's a really good one.
That's awesome. I don't know if I can get that on the screen. Let's see.
Does it show?
Can you guys see that?
Oh, nice.
That's so good.
Modern day
so
treasure
cool.
hunters.
That's one of my favorite.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's true. We had that a couple not too long ago. I can tell you this from experience. Anytime you want to transition from one business model to another, you're gonna have some type of gap, unless you lay it out the right way. So when I wanted to transition from retail arbitrage over to wholesale, I wasn't sourcing for like 6 weeks. I didn't source anything retail arbitrage because I needed to conserve my capital, put into wholesale orders. So there was a gap in Amazon sales, and eBay was the one that pretty much saved our butt and helped pay rent that month. Because we got rent at the warehouse now, not just our personal home. But yeah, so that Allie just said it, is you got to have stuff that's going to help fill those gaps when you need it. So eBay was definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Gap fillers.
Yay. Okay.
I saw Whit scroll back up.
Oh,
I know it's finding the questions.
I know. Don't worry.
Can we talk about this reseller cruise?
Are we going to do a cruise?
Right?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean when are we doing a cruise?
When are we doing the cruise?
I'm
Not
game.
our.
Yeah.
We weren't invited to your guys' one last year.
I don't even think we knew you guys.
I feel like
come to
I
our
remember hearing about it and being so excited.
come
that
to our
someone did
state
that.
and don't invite us.
So that was
I
a
would've
good
last
show.
minute
We'll see you guys
tagged
later.
on.
Bye.
That is amazing.
Just kidding.
No, it was really fun.
Let me just say this.
was-
I'm really happy we kept it small,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of kinks that if we just jumped in and did like a 200, 300, 400 person cruise, like I can't even, we only did 50.
Yeah.
That was like
Ooh.
a private Amazon, like more advanced Amazon thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Can we
really happy
do-
we only did 50.
Can we do 50 each? Can we bring 50 people? You bring 50 people?
Oh yeah,
Sure,
we can totally do that.
Totally.
Manage that.
I'm down for
But
that.
what's to stop someone from going on the cruise?
Nothing.
Right? I mean, they could go
That's true.
on.
That's true.
You guys do things on the cruise that, like you spoke at in one of the.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
our like setup was that we had like in the morning from like, what was it? 10,
We start at 9.
9 to
It
1.
depends how much we drank the night before.
Yeah. Right.
Ugh,
Or
yeah.
how many kneecaps were.
We're
Oh, that's
dislocated.
right. That's right.
Yeah, that was a bummer. But aside from that, it was a great trip. We'd have speakers in the morning, so from 9 to like 1 o'clock, and then we would go ashore and do whatever. I'm really glad that we had such a small group, because there was actually, that was one of the problems with how it worked out, is that we only had our like speaking room or like our conference room for a certain amount of hours, and then it was booked up for like a wedding or blah blah blah.
Wedding.
And so sometimes like if we were docked at a certain place, they would want to leave, like the boat would leave at 4, so we only had like 3 hours ashore. So that was a big problem. So we're gonna have to figure out what we could do better. We we have some ideas, but
I guess it'd have to be a longer cruise and you only do the speakers on the days that you're on the boat all day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we were thinking would be, because we were there. It was
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days. So it really was pretty short if you look at how everything was set up. Because the day that we boarded and left, I mean, we didn't really do much. We had like a welcome party, but that was it.
Right.
So really, we only had 2 mornings of actual content, and then the last day was I don't remember what we did on the last day.
The last day you have to be kind of off the ship really early. So
yeah, something like that. But yeah, so we definitely want to do a longer one when we do it with you guys. Cause I think I would be game for another one.
I mean, there are also all-inclusive resorts.
Could do that too.
Yeah, that was kind of our next, like, if we do a bigger conference that's a destination area, like tropical destination, then it would probably make more sense to do something that was more land-based than at sea, just because of the time constraint. And
so many time constraints on a cruise, whereas when you're on land, no time constraints.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah. So
but then the other half is like, it's a cruise.
It's a cruise.
Right. But I think there need to be more of those though. You know, I think there's a lot of resellers who they're so focused on reselling that they forget to take time for themselves and vacation. So if we could make it kind of like a work vacation type thing, or you can go on vacation and still learn something.
Or you can just go on vacation with us.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you don't have to learn anything.
But
game.
and write off your vacation on your taxes, because it was work.
Yeah, it's tax write-off.
Yeah.
Literally, I wrote off that whole trip. I said it with my CPA a few months ago, and he's like, all right, lay out what you did last year. I'm like, well, here's the big one that we'll write off. Everything related to that boat, I'd figure out a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
No, I'm game. I think that would be amazing. We definitely learned a lot the first round, so I think a second time around would be able to structure things a lot better too.
For sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It'd be a blast.
Oh my God, let's do it. Okay, done.
Have your people get a hold of our people.
Call my people.
I'll have my people call your people.
Yeah.
We did that.
And by that, I mean, have Kelly call me.
That was only on the top of my head because yesterday we were figuring out Mother's Day dinner for our families.
Oh, yeah.
She was talking to her mom. I talked to mine. And so I said, have your people call my people.
Right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's another good point, is like, we are pretty good out of trial and error learning. We've learned to take time off. So we take at least 3 days off and just go somewhere away from our home, away from our office, about every 2 months.
That's been huge, actually, compared to what because this is now our we're entering our third full-time year being self-employed. In the first 2 years, we really, we just, our nose, you kind of have to do that in the beginning, right? Like, we're building our foundation. So we did nothing. Yeah. Like, my biggest thing right now I'm on a kick is we're here in south of Portland. So we only have about 3 solid months of sunshine until the rain comes back. Last summer, we went hiking one time the whole summer.
It was
We went to the beach twice.
Yep.
And that was it. The rest of it was garage sale, flipping stuff, building our foundation.
Yeah, so, and the garage selling is fun, but it definitely...
Yeah, it's not the beach.
It's not the beach.
So for us this year, because of that, I'm very diligent about going to the beach or hiking or doing something every week. And that for us is a good kind of mental break.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have those times where you're either working like a little bit too much and you need those resets, or what do you guys do to kind of take a mental break?
For sure. Yeah. It's healthy. We probably vacation more than you should.
But going away is work, because you got to do a lot of prep to go away. Yeah. Then whenever you get back from being away, that week is hectic. Like, it's absolutely you're just like, take all the chaos that needs to be organized, throw 2 weeks into 1 week and get it done. So it's a lot of work to go away, but that week we're away does feel amazing.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to work again from being away. So even though it's 2 weeks worth of work into the week when you get back, you're ready for it.
Yeah. We typically we'll work super hard for 3 months and then take some sort of vacation. We try to do a long one. We try to take like a month, at least one time a year, and just go away and try to forget everything and then come back and get back to work.
And this year, so we did my mom's wedding and we got to go to Niagara Falls after that. What else did we do this year? We did a lot of things.
We did 2 weeks on the road to Texas.
Yeah, that's right. We road tripped.
And then Where else did we go?
We did things.
We did things.
There were lots of things that were done.
Callie asked if she can go on the cruise. Of course you can.
Yeah, Callie. Save up your money.
Callie.
All you have to do is find a replacement that'll work for free while you're gone.
Yeah.
That is true.
So how does that work? Like
Callie's got to duplicate herself while
Yeah.
Correct.
she's gone. You gotta get that shipping out, right?
That's right.
yeah, that's a bummer.
Franklin asks, so I have a few things on Amazon. It's been like 2 months and I've sold 2 items. How long until you become impatient, or what would you do? I become impatient after 30 days personally, but if something's sitting for 2 months, I'm sorry, you have a few things. So my first question is, how many things do you have on there? Number 2, did you check the sales history? Because a lot of people make the mistake, and we all do this when you're new to Amazon, is if you scan something with your seller's app, that rank that you see in a category is only the current timestamp as of the hour.
Right.
Rank will change by hour, guys. And so what you want to do, instead of looking at the current timestamp on the rank, you want to look at Keepa, which is Keepa. Install the Google Chrome extension, is a huge time saver, so you can see it on one page on your computer. So you want to look at the whole history, and you want to look for that green squiggly line. The more it does this, the faster it's selling. So if you find the ones that don't do that, then don't buy them. If it's just going up and up, like there's different factors that play into it, but for the most part, second half of that too is don't dwell on just a few items. If that's all you have in there, focus on getting more items in there. It's the same thing as eBay, right? You don't list 5 things and then get frustrated because the 5 things don't sell. You want to list 100 things and 200 and 500 and go way wider with it.
Yeah, and don't be afraid also to play with repricing, right? Even if it's just by a few cents, it definitely makes a difference.
Do you guys use a repricer on Amazon?
Yeah, I started doing that probably 4 or 5 months ago, and
It was before Christmas.
oh crap, it was before Q4. Oh my gosh, it's been
a long time.
Oh,
I don't like how fast this year's going by.
Seriously.
So I've had it since November, because it was right before Q4. Crap, I've had it since November.
Yep.
After I started using it, I had been signed up with Amazon for 2 years. I wish I would have started it way sooner because I was super stubborn. I was the one that would sit down for an hour and a half to 2 hours every Sunday night, manually look at all my stuff and reprice as needed. And the second I turned my repricer on, we had a 5K day because it didn't adjust things by a lot of money. It was just a few dollars here and there at a time over all of my store.
whoa.
And we had a killer day. And you don't have those days every day. It kind of balanced out after a few days. But ever since then, all my stuff is a much higher overall than what it was before then. So I'm a firm believer in them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
Because you have to look at, when you're looking at any type of like third-party software or tool or service, you have to look at the time. Because for me, that's what it's about. It's about what can I do to buy more time? Because I want to have time to spend, like, for example, I don't walk into the office until like 11 to 12 most days. Because I personally need a morning to myself to go to the gym, to read, to go for a walk. I do a little bit of my online work from the couch. For me, that's how I start my day. That's how I love to start my day. So if I had to reprice my own stuff, that would take another hour out of my morning to do that. Same thing with online arbitrage. I've now outsourced 100% of all my online arbitrage, except for I do the buying. So I get a list delivered to me by my team every morning. And that's stuff I used to take 2 hours a day to do myself. So I'm always looking at third-party softwares as, is this going to help me get more time back in my day?
Are you using VAs for your online arbitrage outsourcing, or are you using VAs?
Yep,
Upwork?
we're using Upwork. We have a team of 3 that does all the OA stuff right now. And then we just got my new video editor. Our new vlog is going to be dropping tonight.
Ooh.
Our new editor I just hired on is a game changer. It's Callie. It's Callie.
Oh
Yeah,
man, the amount of hours you spend a
practicing
day
with it.
editing.
I super enjoy editing though. It's the one thing that I don't care if it makes me money. It's my like mentally it's good for me to sit down.
And that's something very few people get. Like, I love editing, but I hit a point where I don't love it so much. I want to do it 2 to 3 hours a night. And like, if you guys don't follow Ralli Roots already, Ryan, as far as if you're talking about straight production, Ryan's got hands down like the skill in the whole industry. And you can tell that because you were doing this before the reselling channel, right?
I never video edited before reselling.
Oh my god!
Didn't you see our original videos? They were
bad.
horrible.
I need to go watch your first one.
No, they're so bad.
I'm gonna post them too.
You guys are gonna.
Oh gosh. It's so funny how bad
huge
they were.
spike in views in your old videos.
Oh no.
Oh no, seriously though, like as a fellow video editor, like props to you, man, because I know how much time and dedication it takes to be OCD about the different cuts, the different sound effects. Like that stuff no one else catches unless you know editing.
I'm so stupid about it too. Like I'll watch people's videos and I'll be able to point out like, oh, I'm hearing pops. I'm hearing pops in between the cuts.
Yeah.
Like you should have edited that. You should have just take the extra 5 seconds and edit that out.
You're like an edit snob.
I am. I mean, I'm the same way. There's certain
Are there
things.
pops in your video? There's
That is so funny. Yeah, Charles is always like, man, Ryan's videos are just so on point. They're so great.
I genuinely love editing, and just like Ryan said, there's something weirdly like it's like a mental break in a way. I still edit a few of our own stuff, like just basic tutorial stuff. I'll edit down. I just do jump cuts for the most part. But as far as like the big editing, I finally had to outsource some of that, so I wasn't up till midnight.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
So we have a 3-year-old. So
I was gonna say you have a child.
Yeah, that definitely plays a role.
Yeah,
he's a robot. That was such a cute video.
Yes, that was hilarious.
I don't even know how.
I don't know why people buy
head.
their kids toys. Like, just give them garbage.
I
They'll
literally
figure it out.
put 'em
Children love to play in a box.
We've said it so many times. Like
So
the perfect private label product for Amazon would be just
a box for your child. It comes flat. You pop it up, and it already has all the cutouts and doors and everything.
I mean, Nintendo's kind of doing it with their new cardboard.
It's true, they are.
They kind of caught on to that.
What's the hype with the new Nintendo? It's a box, bro. You got to try it.
It's so cardboard. It's $80 and it's cardboard.
Oh my gosh.
I can make a paper bag robot and just sell that on Amazon.
There you go.
I mean, he looked like he had a blast for a long time in that thing.
It's still, he wears it every night.
Yeah.
It's hanging up on our chair. He wears it every night.
Oh my god, that's so
backyard the other
cute.
day.
If you guys
are great parents.
Talking about, my husband took a paper grocery bag and cut neck and arms out, and then drew a little control panel.
You
for
drew
a robot. Well, I drew the control panel.
I just put the bag on him because I thought it was funny, and then she's like, "Ooh, let's draw robot buttons." And now he's like, "Okay, turn him off," and he'll go,
Oh.
We're gonna be those parents. It's like, let's talk about my kid. For an hour.
Okay, we'll stop you guys. I'm sorry.
But the robot thing was cool, and I'm not like too much of a kid person, but that was the cutest video ever.
You got your dogs. It's okay.
I'm a dog person.
The dog people are always like, yeah, those kids.
And then the kid people are like, people and their dogs.
That's true.
I feel like there's a merch. I feel like there's some merch ideas in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get your merch guy on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank you guys for the super chat.
Thank
I
you.
can't see where it is.
Big D's journey.
There it is.
It's been in our chats too.
Big D, what's up?
Who's the better thrifter, Roots or Hustlers?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, no. When
Hands
it comes
down.
to
We're not
thrifting-
even going to try.
Oh wow, damn, that was
Dude, if you and I went head to head in a thrift store, I would go look at shoes and electronics, and you'd be over there like just pulling out money.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to clothing, I know nothing. We'll be in Goodwill, right? We'll be in Goodwill, and I'll be like, I'll do my round with I'll look up like board games and shoes and electronics, and I'll come after like 10 minutes, like, okay, I'm bored, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna source some clothes. I'll be like, okay, no problem, let me help you. Right. And so I'll start pulling out these brands like, oh, this is a good one. Yeah, $5.
Like,
look at this.
This looks fancy. It's called Van Housen. I'm like, that's Van and it's
from across the
He's
store.
up for Van Housen.
Oh my gosh, I get so mad at Ryan because he always gets to go through the guy section, which is far easier than the girls section. Because one, there's less guys shopping for themselves at thrift stores. and less people know stuff about, I guess, guys' items, but also guys donate nice stuff and girls donate their garbage.
Yeah. True.
I mean, not always, but mostly. So yeah, I mean, now what we do is we hit either end of the guys' aisle and we work our way in.
You go Lady in the Tramp style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lady
Tramp style. Spaghetti.
I mess with Trista now. I'll stand on the other side of the rack, like, hey, babe, what about this one?
That's awesome.
Haynes?
That's my. You know what's funny is that's my dad at garage sales. When we go to garage sales with my dad will stand there and pick something up and be like, "Hey Ryan, does this sell on eBay?" All right, we can leave now. Thanks.
Giving it away, man.
Thanks, pops.
So funny.
You owe me at least one good thing I've done.
What?
I came home with the Hugo Boss.
Yes, he does find Hugo Boss.
I found a Hugo Boss, and
Somehow.
I literally just remember, like, I feel like I've seen this in a video somewhere. And so I pulled it up, and I spent
it was
like
probably
$3 or
Ryan
$4
and
bucks.
Was it
It
our
probably
video?
was. It probably was. I had no idea what the brand was, but I remember hearing it somewhere. I'm like, I feel like this is one of those brands. I was looking for my personal stuff too, and I found that. And so it was just a basic like polo shirt, mint condition. Did it have tags on it? I don't think it did. It was mint condition though, and it was like $3 or $4. And the polo that found the same one, it was selling for $45.
Nice.
And so I brought it here to the office. She's like, "What is that?" And she didn't even know.
Because, like Ali said, it's it's not something that I knew.
And
about.
then when
Like,
it sold, I'm like, I'm gonna hold that until the day I die.
That's like your card.
That's my only like legit clothing item.
He gloats about that quite a bit.
I'm not a good thrifter. I know electronics.
Okay.
That's about
You're
it.
Good. You still find stuff that I'm like, oh, I would have totally looked over that. So, okay. Catherine said, I have over 400 items on Amazon. A lot of things haven't sold and are old inventory. How would you suggest going through and cleaning up old inventory?
Cross-list it to eBay, and then you can click on what's called look up multi-channel fulfillment, and you can, if it sells on eBay, you can basically have Amazon ship your product to the eBay customer, and then you just close out the inventory after that. That's one way to do it. Option two, as of right now, the time of this video being recorded, there is free removals for Amazon, so you don't have to pay the 50 cents a unit.
It is May 9th.
It is May 9th, so or May 10th. If you're watching the recording and it's after May 10th, this probably won't be true.
It is a 10th.
All right.
But I know we're all like self-employment life, like what freaking day is
I'm
it?
lucky that I knew it was May. So,
so I just did that. I had 70 items. I just pulled back because it was free removals, and I'm going to post them. Some of them are going locally because they're big, like stormtroopers. You guys probably saw I have up in our warehouse right now. Those are a few things I would consider.
Yeah, or like we mentioned before, just repricing if it has a good history and it's just not moving. Maybe you're just a little too high, or playing with the repricer would be fine.
What do you guys do with like old inventory that you're just wanting to get rid of?
Burn it.
You can write it off as a loss.
Once a quarter, we have a bonfire and we throw all of it.
It is excellent. Everyone should bonfire their inventory.
That'd be hilarious. You guys can start like the Tampa area bonfire for old inventory.
No,
with bad things are being born out of this right now.
I don't know why I said that. I just got really excited. I want to say burn things.
Oh my gosh. With Amazon, we do the same stuff. With eBay, we'll run auctions. So if we have something that's, let's say, usually 60 days, if something hasn't sold in 60 days for us, we'll run a 7-day auction starting on a Sunday night, typically, and it'll clear out old inventory. So we'll run auctions to clear it out. I would say like 99% of our stuff that we list on eBay will eventually sell if we do it that way. And the 1% that doesn't sell, we'll donate.
Yeah, but there are long tail items, like people who are into suits. Yeah. Suits are long tail items. They bring in a lot of money because you can get a suit for like $5-10 sometimes, and they'll sell for up to 100. But again, it's a long tail item, so you need like 1,000 suits, which is fine if you have the space. And yeah, we have the space for 1,000 suits. So it really just comes down to, I guess, if it's a long tail item on top of the fact, yeah.
That's a crazy question.
Where?
Would you rather never be able to sell on Amazon again, or never be able to sell on eBay again? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, obviously you're an Amazon guy.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
Amazon if I
deeper
have to
into
choose.
eBay, but I mean, Amazon is.
I would
It's
probably,
easier.
yeah, I would say we would get rid of eBay. I hate to say it, but it would probably just force us to get onto Amazon.
Yeah, but eBay, I feel like they actually care about their sellers, and Amazon's just like, you're a little ant, I shall squish you.
eBay does care about
eBay does care. So it's like, would you want to? And I mean, I know a lot of people have problems with eBay, but whenever you call, you can actually talk to a human.
Yeah.
Amazon's just like, hey, you're a little guy, you want to be in the business, suck it up. So
and that's the hard part, because even though I love Amazon to death because of the like Ryan said this earlier, it's easier in a way, because if you're doing FBA, like I can take 1,000 products, throw them in boxes, send it to Amazon. They do everything else, all the customer service, all of it. So in that sense, it's easier and a lot more scalable. And I'm all about, I want to create as much passive income as I can. And there's ways with wholesale to make that pretty passive. So it sucks because while I'm in that mentality business wise, like just the fun of the hunt, like I'm all eBay.
Right.
That's where it's really, really hard to balance that out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And eBay, it's always resolved our problems, whereas Amazon is just like, nope.
Yeah.
You lose.
Hey, Chaz, speaking of passive, have you thought about using a prep center for your wholesale stuff?
I got one right next door.
What, your warehouse?
So that's a good segue.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. We did not even pay him to do that.
So we technically helped launch a prep center out of our warehouse.
Oh, wow.
Wait, really?
It's been under the radar for I don't even know, a month.
About 6 weeks.
Yeah, so we have a business partner of ours that she's the owner. We're helping her build it. It's literally on the other side of this wall. We have been working with some clients, getting some products out. They've been amazing with it, so we're ready to scale up. So we're going to be doing our official launch June 1st and 2nd is the Rocky Mountain Resellers Conference in Denver. I just found out I'm going to be going to help support them and to help them with that. So if you're in the Denver area, we'll probably be hosting a meetup first weekend of June. And then with that, I was going to do a quick plug too. Let me pull up my thing here. So if you want to go to the Denver, not the meetup, the actual conference, they are hooking us up with a $75 off coupon. It's in a few weeks, so I know it's short notice. But Rockstar 75 will give you guys $75 off the actual conference. And we're actually going to be doing, not us, we're going to be the face, the funnel that this gets out to, but the prep center next door is called First Choice Pack. They are going to be giving away a plane ticket and a ticket to the conference. Whoa. And we're going to be doing a, basically enter your email. We're going to do a random drawing. And so you will find a link in the description below with that. But yeah, that was a good segue.
But if you go to Colorado right now, you can't ski, right?
No, there's some places you can ski, right?
Down there? I've never been to Denver, so I don't know.
You guys are wearing sweaters right now. Is it cold there? Because it's like 88 degrees out.
It was like 90.
It rained.
Today was 90.
It rained like an hour ago, and it was, it's like, I don't know, like 55, 60 degrees.
Something like that.
Oh, that sounds
It's supposed to be like 85 in a few days. So that's Oregon. And we get these shifts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you can actually enjoy the cool weather because it was 80 the day before.
Yeah.
Well, 90 here.
Yeah. So prep center, what we'll do is we kind of weigh out, like if I've got just a few items, I'll prep them myself and get them shipped in because it doesn't take much time. Getting into wholesale now with larger orders, I am going to be handing that off to them.
That's awesome.
So they can do it. So they've got their own team that basically handles all that.
Yeah. Hey, Super Chat. Thank you. I'm working on, Wicked Freak Show.
Wicked Freak Show. Thank you. I love the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah. I'm working on getting my resellers cert. Any legit wholesalers, all the ones I find are scammy.
Yeah, so if you're just Googling like wholesalers, you're going to get a lot of these middlemen who call them wholesalers, but they're actually just people that are buying and selling liquidation, which is customer returns, box damaged goods. Some of that can be perfectly fine on eBay. There's plenty of people that buy from like bulk.com and 888 lots and those guys, and they make money on eBay that way. personally do not recommend that on Amazon because you don't have a paper trail, and that's what Amazon wants. As far as legit wholesalers, instead of just Googling wholesalers, you want to go specifically for a line of product. So you need to type in like Fisher Price distributors or Mattel distributors. So you're going for specific, products or brands, and that's going to help you get in.
Yeah. Hopefully that's clear. Clear as mud.
That's pretty clear.
If I wasn't broadcasting to 60,000 people, I would probably give you more like insight on actual wholesalers, but those are, we had to put in our work to find them.
Yeah, it sometimes can take up to a year and a half to find your first wholesaler. It's good. So
just keep going. Just keep
going. You don't
going.
want to give up that info because we worked so hard and so long to get all of our connections that, oh man, anyone could steal them from you doing what we did to get them. So
look in your local area.
Yeah,
too.
It's scary to give someone too much information whenever you put in so much time because you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I see Sarah said she's not sure she's ready to give sleep up yet. And we recently listened to a podcast about how incredibly important sleep is for you. And it's so significant to your, I guess, just to your well-being, especially to your cardiac health, that daylight savings time, whenever you lose an hour, heart rate heart is affected. So heart attacks went up by 24%.
Wow.
What?
From just that 1 hour. And then daylight savings time where you gain an hour, it dropped by 21.
That's crazy.
21%, I think it was.
It was a Joe Rogan podcast.
A Joe Rogan podcast about sleep.
Joe Rogan. That's so cool.
Yeah, and like your REM sleep, because you dream, and how dreaming is really important for your everything, just for your body. And that's whenever your whole system is like detoxing all the chemicals. So sleep is important, guys. Don't not sleep. We're gonna do an episode, a whole little thing on it. So yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. I'm with you on that too. Like I went through a phase Q4, of course. I was sleeping like 5 hours a night.
So bad for you.
Yeah, because I was up prepping. I didn't have an employee at the time either, so I was up prepping until like midnight every single night. And then I was on this 5 a.m. kick to get to the gym, and so it's just a bad combo.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't stroll into the office until like mid morning most days, because my sleep comes first now. So I'm 100% with that.
Yeah, I mean, 1 hour loss of sleep, 24% rise in heart attacks in America. And that's what 1.6 billion people are affected by daylight savings time. So that's quite an astronomical, statistically significant study. It's not just like a select group of 1,000 people, 1.6 billion. That's a lot of people. So sleep, everybody.
Yeah.
Do it.
Edgar, I've seen the question come in about eBay Shine Awards from Edgar a couple times. I don't think we're not participating in the Shine Awards. Are you guys at all for eBay Open?
I don't even know what
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay.
So no.
I think there's like 5 different categories this year. They give away
you
awards
apply to
for you apply.
We'll apply to them all. No. No.
I would be the last person to like actually win anything eBay related.
Seriously, who is this guy? Goes to Chad.
Oh my gosh, best T-shirt distressing award goes to Allison.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna send some shirts your way, and you can do that.
Do it. I'll totally distress them.
You can start a service for that,
You could.
It's so much fun too. I could do like, I don't know, how much would somebody want to pay to have their shirt distressed? $12 a piece? $10 a piece?
I don't know.
If they paid for shipping?
Probably not enough to actually do
I know, that's true.
Brian's like, this is a bad idea.
You do like 5 and they'd be like, yeah, maybe not.
Unless you're selling direct to Kanye, no, you can't do that.
It's like that kid that is a sneaker shopper for players and stuff. You've seen this kid?
Yes, dude. Yes, I forgot what his name is, but dude is clutch.
Dude is clutch. You don't want to say fetch because Gretchen, fetch is never gonna happen.
Fetch is never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Oh my god.
I like how I like to talk to couples because I feel like we're not doing this.
We're not alone.
Like we're not weirdos.
It's not just us that acts that
Yeah,
way.
like Ryan's like, yeah, that's not a good idea. And I tell that to Charles all the time. And he's like, I have this idea. And I'm like, that's a terrible.
At
We're
least
not doing
twice a week, I
Oh,
come up with
man.
some idea, and she's like, "No."
I feel like there has to be the dreamer and then the dream crusher.
Totally. The dream crusher. Wow.
I just
Sure.
want to say there is a Gretchen in our chat, and she said fetch is
Fetch is
happening.
Gretchen!
You guys know.
Is that our Gretchen?
That's
Oh
Gretchen.
yeah, Gretchen's our.
So fetch.
She's got a couple roles. She's got community manager
Yeah.
and admin support.
Oh, that's
she's
right.
on
She's an admin. I
She's
saw
one
her
of the
earlier.
Side Hustle Pros staff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, you
Pink on
guys.
Wednesday for you.
We're coming up on an hour. So if you have any super important questions that we missed, get them in really quickly and we'll answer them.
Dream crusher.
Maybe. I'm a dream crusher, so I might not.
Should we make you a shirt?
A distressed shirt. That
Oh my
says
God.
dream crusher.
Yes, it has to be distressed.
Distressed dream crusher.
We'll only charge you $12 for 7 hours of work.
Yeah, how long does it take me to distress
So
a shirt? I
long.
don't know. But it was fun.
I think I filmed like 3 videos before you were done with that one shirt.
Oh my gosh. And
That was
editing.
the other one. It was my first one. This one was much faster.
Oh, that's
Ooh, that's a good one.
a really good one, Lewis. Yeah.
Summer strategy for eBay.
Ooh, I have
Go.
good ones there.
Electronics fancy.
Yeah, hard goods. Start if you're heavily into clothing and soft goods, start switching to hard goods, electronics, video games.
Electronics.
That's how you say it. It's the correct way to say that word.
Oh,
Electronics.
What did you say? I didn't hear that.
Oh, I
But it-
say electronics like what they are.
It's electronics.
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 I elect to tronic you.
My wife, ladies and gentlemen.
It's kind of so funny because Ryan said, well, kind of. And it sounded like he
Yes,
said,
Wakanda.
And so somebody was like,
That was the
Wakanda.
best.
And
Where
time stamped it.
like,
Oh my God.
where's Black Panther from? Wakanda.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Oh my God, I still laugh about that comment.
Yeah. So yeah, I would
I'm
say
with
like
them on that,
switch to hard goods or start looking for more hard goods items. I'm not saying don't buy clothing, just stick to higher end brands with clothing. And then if you do buy like winter wear, like jackets and stuff, make sure that you put them in the global shipping program because it's always cold somewhere, right? So we
Right.
sell a lot of our winter gear overseas during the summer. Doesn't mean it doesn't sell at all.
Very
it just
Jimmy
sells.
Buffett of you. Yeah, it's always called somewhere. Like it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. You're done.
Oh, so funny. Alex,
That's true.
Alex had too much wine.
I just picked up
No, I haven't had
I
any
picked up
wine.
the
I just
snow
had-
boots.
Kind of. Hope that helps, guys.
Oh
Hope
yeah,
you picked
that's
up some
really-
information.
Edgar is gonna be at the LA meetup.
Oh, so cool.
Another plug: if you're in
Yay.
LA next weekend on the 19th, we're hosting a meetup because we're going to.
We're going to
we're
Disneyland.
that's our break.
Yep.
We're taking a break, but we're gonna hang out with you guys first. We're gonna do a dinner meetup at Yard House in Santa Monica. We have a Facebook.
gosh.
Find it in the
That
description.
sounds like so much fun.
That's exciting.
out.
I'm so
It's only
jealous
like a
of the West Coast
5
meetups.
It's only like a 5-hour flight.
I know that's so. Oh, it's only a 5 hour.
We're doing a meetup. We're going to announce it on Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I'm
doing our first Tampa.
Our first Tampa meetup. We'll see.
finally.
Nice.
That is so exciting. I would tell you that is the most fun. That is definitely our high. We
we go to
love doing
Tampa?
meetups.
I love meetups and I love Tampa. Can we?
I know.
You guys
Come
can stay with
on.
us.
Yeah.
Done.
All you have to
Airbnb
do
is
is
booked.
Just go to Airbnb and I'll give you a coupon code.
Can I get that $10 off
That's
coupon
so
code?
Right?
I give you guys 100% off.
Go double the price quick.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna answer some more
I'm going to
questions.
Tampa, you can stay here.
Let's see. So we just Google distributors, or how else do we find them?
Where are you looking at?
Right
I
here.
don't-
I
I'm not
think
even
that
looking at my
he's
spot.
talking about finding wholesale.
Yeah.
leads.
So Google. So a couple things. One, just Google. And if you're looking for, so a couple things. One, you can Google a category, right? Toy distributors, grocery distributors, etc. And like Ryan said too, there's local distributors around you that have products you can sell too.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how many like actual local companies there are as well that don't distribute their products on Amazon yet.
Mochi!
Oh, she's so tired.
She was sleeping.
Oh, this is our baby.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Look at her. She's just like, nope,
She's
I'm out.
like, oh.
She's so tired.
Oh, are her eyes closed?
Yeah. She's a good
The
girl.
Stan Lee cameo.
I just know people get really excited whenever you show the dogs in the chat. Usually
there you
the
go.
chat's like,
Do you guys see your?
Dog.
Have you tested out putting her in the thumbnail and seen the views skyrocket on those videos?
I think we did one time and it did really well. So we
That's
did
awesome. That is awesome.
Dog. Yeah, and then the other thing with that is that don't stop at the first step, right? So if you call one person, distributor or whatever, and they
Guess
say
what? They're probably gonna say no.
they're probably gonna say no. Yeah.
Then you move
Yeah,
on to the
you have
next.
to
We move on to the next.
going no matter how many times you get told no. What is it going to be like? Every 99 times you'll be told no to every one time you hear a yes, usually. It's pretty like standard, right? You can even find that many.
I'll say having a physical address does help as well. A lot of the times distributors and wholesalers don't really want or like to know that you're selling directly online. They like to know that you're a storefront. So having some sort of a physical address does help as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't have one, ask around. I'm sure you can find someone with one.
Yeah.
Jason asked, so I bought a printer at an auction for $100 that sells used on Amazon for $1,300.
Wow.
What? What
Whoa.
printers? That's insane.
Prepping for something like that without a box. So I sold many printers 2 summers ago. I went on a printer spree at garage sales, and I don't know how many I sold. I sold a lot.
Worst summer of my life.
How many of them? How many of them got returned?
So I had about half get returned.
Okay.
The profit more than made up for the returns, though.
I just want people to be aware when you sell used printers on Amazon, a lot of them get returned.
Yes, that is so true.
Yep.
And then in addition to that, if you're not just absolutely obsessive about packaging, they will get broken.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Jason, you're going to have to find a box. You can mummy box it. I was buying boxes that had the best fit to it. You're definitely going to want to put thick padding of bubble wrap on the bottom, because again, by Amazon standards, they say that any product you prep needs to pass a 3-foot drop test. And with printers, that's kind of tough to pull off.
hard.
So you're going to need to add lots and lots of bubble wrap.
Those Amazon robots are hard on their products.
Oh, man, it's bad.
Yeah.
I tried a 3-foot drop test on one of my products the other day, and
It failed.
That would be a great video.
It would. I can't show the product because it's one of our wholesale products, but I'm like, because a customer returned that bottle broke. I'm like, there's no way. This is so well packaged. I took it from 3 feet.
I was like, well, is it though? Drop it right
I took
now.
it from 3 feet and splat. I'm like, well, shit, there goes an extra. Now I'm gonna add some more.
Video. I like that video.
I want to dumpster dive still and film that.
That would be epic.
That'd be kind of
I've
cool.
been thinking about that today, dumpster diving.
So,
so
but maybe Jason, try flipping it locally first.
I would use, I would agree with that. Use Amazon as a last resort. It is, freaking like $1,000 profit. So I get the urge to go in there. One, you just have to be ready to prep the crap out of it. Lots of bubble wrap, air bubbles, whatever you got to do for it. Number 2 is make sure it's thoroughly tested. Every button on that, especially on that high of a dollar. Like if it was a $200 printer, whatever. But if it's $1,300, test everything you can on that thing. 3, be mentally ready for a customer return on it. So after, if it does sell, I personally, emotionally get ready for it. If it does sell, I personally would hold on to that. What if, let's say after fees and shipping, you get like $900 back? I would hold on to that after 30 days, just in case they return it, because Amazon will ding that out of your account.
Yep.
So that's kind of my personal take on it. But yeah, printers do have it's just like shoes and clothing. They do have a higher return rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you guys.
It's only a 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
Lewis says he's
Cricket
got
vinyl cutters
room
I
too.
have.
See, our
I
Tampa
know.
people need us.
And
I
Lewis
know.
has venison at his house.
He's a hunter.
Yes. Let's do it.
So he says. I don't know.
Oh, the
Yeah.
13 is the payout. Yeah,
Yeah.
hold if it sells, Jason. I personally have no issue with you selling it on Amazon as long as you're gonna not plan on using that $1,300 until after the 30 days, just in case that thing gets returned. Because I'm 50-50 with it. That's a tough call. If you can sell it locally, I mean, heck, even if you get like $800
Yeah.
locally, I do that in a heartbeat.
I'm interested to know what printer that is that's selling used for $1,300.
Yeah.
Is it a 3D printer?
Yeah, that's
It
high.
could be.
I think the most expensive I did was like $5.
Yeah. 1,300 sounds like a new in-box printer.
Yeah, especially for a used one.
Okay, Lewis is getting your venison.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Without fail.
I don't know if I made enough jokes to just be funny, but oh my god, really?
Oh my
Oh, it's so
gosh.
exciting. I love venison. Like, it is disgusting how much I love venison. It's my
exciting.
favorite meat of every meat that I've ever tasted. And I've had a lot of different.
We're terrible vegetarians.
Yeah. We're O positive
Yes.
blood. So, you know,
We'll
we're
get along just fine.
meat.
Oh my gosh. Can we just hang out every week? We'll be back next
Yeah,
week.
we
Is
should.
that
We should
cool?
do
Just always hang out.
a weekly hangout. Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
it doesn't even
We'll
need to
come-
be like there's no actual content. Like we could just BS around
Yeah,
for
we'll
an hour
just
and
talk
see who
about
shows up.
Silly things. Yeah.
We'll disclose that in the beginning. We'll tell people like no content, but we're just going to be hanging out. So
We're
come
gonna
hang
chill.
out.
We should do like we'll fly to you guys once a month, and you can fly here once a month.
Love it.
That would legit be a write-off.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Right?
How much are your
Would.
tickets?
I don't
I'm
know.
game.
I don't know.
We'll cover it.
How much are tickets?
I'm game.
We'll
All
talk
right,
more.
done.
No, there's no. We're talking about it right now. Like
Yeah,
I'm game.
I literally just booked my flight. So
What more is there to
There you
talk
go.
about?
Perfect.
Oh, cupcakes are winning for fanny packs, by the way.
Cupcakes.
Yay!
I like
I
that.
really liked the flower one too.
I like
That was my favorite, but
why did Tristan and
whatever-
Allie get quiet when we talked about flights? You guys changed the subject. We're talking about flights here.
I think
Yeah, no.
Trista secretly doesn't want me to come out there and take all the thrift
No, I
goodies.
totally do. I totally do. Somehow.
I've heard the vintage.
Let's see.
I've heard the vintage Nike out there is fire. So
Oh man,
Yeah.
we got.
Let's look
That's
on
why I
Google
still
Flights.
the only two things I'm still doing retail arbitrage on are
Mhm.
Nike and Funko
Because he
Yeah.
loves it.
because I friggin' love them. Like I can't, and I make
oh, yeah, the Funko factory's out there too, right?
north of us, Seattle.
Yeah, and we're
about
gonna
4 hours
go.
north. We're gonna do a Seattle trip up there.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Is right.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that would
Ooh,
be
we
epic.
can get tickets. Wait, to Portland, right? That's the
Yeah.
closest airport to you. I
Ooh, those are
found
cheap,
June
guys.
8th a ticket as low as $221.
Is that round trip?
What?
Well, what other day would we have to select?
The
Oh,
8th to the 12th.
the
That's
8th
great.
to the 12th.
Perfect.
We came
Come
back
out.
Done. We'll do a Funko trip.
$221 round trip.
Awesome.
What airline is
Let's
that
go.
through? It's through Spirit.
Spirit. So add another $500 to that.
Yeah, right.
For your
Just bring the clothes on your back and maybe they won't charge you.
that
Let's
water
just
you're
wear
gonna
your
drink on the plane?
clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
You
we're
come
like
out here,
opposite size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys come out here, Funko trip is happening
Yes.
Absolutely.
for the
Done.
Funko HQ. That'd
be
be
fun.
amazing.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Drew, do you ever have a guy named Drew Conway comment on your videos or come in your chats?
That sounds really familiar, actually.
He is
in
5
Seattle.
minutes. Yeah, he's in Seattle. He's 5 minutes from a Funko
Oh my god.
HQ, and he sent us all these amazing Funkos.
Yeah. All the
Ah.
HQ.
That's
Like
incredible.
exclusive ones that you can
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
get at the headquarters.
That's why I want to go there.
Mm.
I'm like that and Comic Con are my two. Like I need to get to those for the Funkos.
You guys should come to Dragon Con.
Oh my God, you really should do Dragon Con.
Let's do
That would
it.
be really fun,
I need
actually.
to catch you up.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm all about Florida. I'll come anytime.
She doesn't care what she's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
Like Dragon what?
I
Let's go.
don't care. Yeah, like, do I have to dress like a dragon? I don't care. I'll do it.
Can you please show up dressed like a dragon?
Yes.
My son would love
Like,
that.
is this not right? Is this not what I'm supposed to?
People would love it too. People
Dragon-
are so
Dragon
nice at
Con.
cons. They'd be like, "Oh my god, your dragon's amazing."
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't see
be
any
that
dragons
kid.
around here.
I was that kid at school that showed up in her actual pajamas, and people were like, it
Ooh,
was
that's
just
it.
like a maybe.
That's a really good. People are still listening to us.
I know.
You guys are
I
here.
was so surprised.
This is
Believe it or
after
not.
hours chat now. This
That's
is
a
after
really
hours.
that's a really good tip. Edgar says you guys are missing out with all the money you spent sourcing. You could be getting thousands of miles and fly for free. Totally agree. We use credit
Yes.
cards for everything that we buy,
Yep.
so we get tons and tons of points. So definitely the flights will be free.
Yeah.
Reward
Yeah, that's a
from-
good
Doesn't
point.
doesn't mean we won't still look for deals though, Edgar.
Yes,
That's
this is
true.
so true.
Ooh, Jason's down to do San Diego Comic-Con. So
Yeah.
this year obviously is out, but next year I'm going to be there one way.
Make
or
sure
another.
that if you want to go, make sure you go and sign up because you have to like register a
It's
year
the
ahead of time.
lotto, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do a
Yeah.
lotto system. Even if I don't, I'm going to be there. I don't know how, but I'm going to be there.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
I want to be there
I
that
was
bad.
invited- I think I got it last year, but Allison wouldn't let me go. So.
Oh.
It's definitely not true. That's 100% a lie. Ryan loves to lie. Sometimes when his friends invite him to do things, he's like, "Oh, let me talk to the wife," and I hear it, and
It's
I'll
the
text
best
him. I'm like,
excuse.
"Ryan's using excuses. He can go. Like, don't you put that on me. I will
Oh
text
my
your
gosh.
friends and let
I
them
know.
know,
I know.
you are BSing them."
So Ryan, what are some of your hobbies? Lying and
Yeah, Ellie doesn't let me have
All
hobbies.
the best one. All the best.
Oh my god, Ryan cheats at go-karts.
Okay, that's
Ooh.
not true.
Yep.
I'm an excellent
Go-kart.
go-karter.
Cheater.
That's so funny. Oh, right, you guys. Oh, wait.
Sorry
one
about
more
that.
question.
The show, guys.
I'm
Yeah.
going to talk about Comic-Con. I'm not done.
Look at that. Lewis has done both our mentoring and your guys' VIP. That's
I
awesome.
know.
I love it. When my first phone call I had with Lewis, he's like, I use Reezy for books, you guys for retail and online arbitrage, and then I use the Roots for thrifting and eBay. I'm like,
That's
that is
awesome,
like
dude.
golden
What a
Yeah.
combo.
genius.
Yeah.
I think everyone should learn from Lewis. Like, this is
Lewis
what
has
you
got all the
should
knowledge
be
now.
doing. I feel like he probably knows more than we all do.
He's
Lewis.
gonna turn
Oh my
around and come
gosh.
out with like the most epic course ever.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's what I learned from everybody.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
He could be like, he could make a living being a course reviewer. He'd
Right? Oh my
For
gosh.
real.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So funny.
Ah, that's funny.
Do you do retail arbitrage? Oh, thanks, Gretchen. Gretchen's really good at reposting the ones I miss.
Oh.
Do you do retail arbitrage? I do it, and it feels like it's getting harder and harder to find decent profit items because Amazon consistently raises their fees. Is arbitrage going to end? Here's the thing with arbitrage. Amazon, as of now, has not blatantly said we do not want you to do retail or online arbitrage. With that being said, they are making it more difficult. So if you are going to make a decision, do retail arbitrage, you've got to jump through the hoops that come your way, or just don't do it and do another method. Retail arbitrage, as far as trying to reread the question, Amazon keeps consistently raising their fees. Here's the thing: Amazon's going to raise their fees every year.
Yep.
And that's part of business. And
Because they can.
yeah, because
Yeah.
they can, right? They're going to keep doing it. So you have to be mentally just be ready for fee increases and extra hoops that they throw your way.
Mhm.
I will happily pay whatever fees Amazon wants to continue doing what I do on that platform, because it's not about what I'm paying. It's about the value I get. I don't have to ship to the customer. I'm using their customers to sell to, and they do the selling for me, and they are fulfilling and billing and doing all that stuff behind the scenes. So to me, that I'll keep paying the fee increase every single year, and that's just a cost of doing business, and that's something you've got to be mentally ready to do.
Mhm.
Is it going to end? It probably is going to phase out over time. That's just they're getting more and more strict. But that's why with Amazon, their models that are going to be the best long term and most scalable are going to be wholesale or private label.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think it's also, as a buyer for Amazon, I find it very frustrating because I've noticed a 20% increase in the price
yeah.
of things
Yeah.
on Amazon. But
But it's
because
worth
stuff
it.
is increasing in price on Amazon, that means you can sell it for more on eBay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, if they look on Amazon, they'll then look on eBay, you know, for newer things like hair dye or shampoos or something like that, you know, that are more high end.
And RA for eBay will never end, in my opinion. I think that they will restrict brands, which we're seeing with brands like Nike.
Because they're fake, so they're just protecting the buyers.
Well, their relationships with big brands, I think that eBay will form the same way that Amazon has.
Yeah.
But I still think that RA and OA will always work for eBay.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yep. Jason, I hope your bronchitis clears up.
Yeah.
That stuff's brutal.
Icky.
You had that last year.
Yeah, it's awful.
I think it's too hot in Florida for that to even happen.
Yes. Can we just do a quick, thank you, Lewis. Can we just do a quick shout out, Gretchen and Callie, who are the MVPs. Gretchen and Callie help make our chats on both of our channels go around.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for everything that you guys do. Seriously, like, and I could probably speak for these guys too. Like, we couldn't do these types of chats as smoothly without your guys' help.
Callie's all right.
Callie's amazing. And now she's getting into shape, so she'll have more energy and she won't get sick as often, because Callie goes through her ups and downs with like getting sick.
She's taking Chaz's
not anymore
course.
Yeah, since Callie's been healthier, she hasn't been sick yet.
She's been doing great.
That's
the
goal.
Doing really
She's
well,
only
Callie.
in week 5 too. Give me 6 months with her.
That's awesome.
You can have 6 months with Callie. Callie, I just told you. How do you feel about that?
Hey, Lewis asked about the recent scam video that I made. It got a ton of attention. I'm going to make an update on that video soon. It's been taken care of. Let's put it that way. But I will make an update video.
Yeah. And just a little teaser, that person was scamming a ton of sellers.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we proved it. And so now no one's going to be scammed by them any longer. I feel like we saved a lot of people. So I'm happy about that.
That's so great, you guys.
They were a scammer.
I'm sorry, it sucks that it happened, but
it does suck that it happened. But now we know that they won't be doing it to other people, because they could hurt a lot of people doing that, taking
that's a
money.
Crappy part with scammers is by the time they get to you, how many people did they already screw over?
Right.
So we had a similar situation. We had a $275 router get swapped out on us.
Yeah.
They sent back an old like $50 router, so we had to fight Amazon on that one. But same thing, we got those guys blocked on it.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah, people are sketchy, and companies need to put their foot down, because people know that they can get away with it.
Yeah.
So the companies put their foot down. People are afraid that their account will get banned, so they won't scam.
Yeah. My favorite story from you guys, and I know this is terrible, but is a story of you guys getting almost arrested.
Oh my gosh, at the food court in the mall.
So good.
Over the beats, right?
He's gonna get deported. That's what he thought. That's what went through his mind. It was
Dude, the craziest part about that video,
oh my God.
That video is nuts. It has almost like 500,000 views on it now.
So many people think it's fake, which is fine. It doesn't matter.
The most common comment is it's fake, but that video is 100% true. Like exactly as it happened. It sucked.
And people leave ignorant comments like, you don't have to show the cops anything, blah, blah, blah. Yes, actually, we did legally have to show the cops things, because you have a right as an American citizen to ask the cop, am I being detained? If the cop says, yes, you are being detained, you need to do whatever you can to protect yourself, to let them know that you were just like a bystander and not, obviously the thief in the situation. So yeah, I mean, they definitely could have taken us to jail for that if we couldn't prove that we didn't steal those items.
Well,
like,
and how would it have looked if you had been like obstinate and like pushbacky, then it would have looked way worse. And I think it's like a funny story, because it was funny. What would this ever happen to? And I'm really glad it didn't happen to me.
My gosh, and it's so crazy because the lady, the sheriff, when she reached into her, I guess she was a detective too, or a sheriff, she reached into her purse to grab the money. She pulls out her badge and shows it to me, but she wrapped her arm around me like I was going to run. And I was like, what is happening? And I was just like in workout clothes. closed.
We should have run. We should have been like, oh no.
And I was like, I don't understand that. Like, you need to have a seat. And we were like, oh my God, these were fake. We sold fake goods. That's what we thought. We didn't, it didn't even cross our minds that they were stolen. We just thought that they were fake.
Yeah.
Oh, we were so ignorant back then. But hey, you live and learn. And that video.
Makes for a good story.
Such a good story.
I want to touch. Jason asked about the mentoring. If you guys want to plug,
yeah, I think I'll put it in there.
Group, do you?
No, it's just if you go ralliroots.com/mentoring, you guys can see it there. We do like very, very limited mentoring just because we're running a business as well. So we only take on 75 people at a time. And usually it sells out. And like the last 2 times we've done it, it's been 3 days and it's gone. So the next one will be the beginning of June. I think we'll open it up. So if you just go ralliroots.com/mentoring and put a form in, we'll send you an email when we open up spots.
It'll be after your birthday, right?
No, we'll open up spots. The actual mentoring will start after it'll start like June, June 15th.
I wasn't listening.
We'll open up spots on the 1st. Yeah.
I do that a lot. I don't listen.
Awesome.
But
yeah, we'll hook up all these guys' information, their links, all that good stuff. We'll put up in the description for you guys too. So be sure to check them out.
Cool. Hey, Anthony, I just saw that you're going to be in McMinnville on Saturday.
Oh, I know exactly which book sale you're going to.
Yeah.
I looked that up the other day.
Sweet.
I might actually go with you then.
Yeah, message us and we can like grab some lunch or something. That'd be cool.
That's exciting.
I literally just looked at that book sale the other day. I'm like, I should probably check that out.
Go.
I don't do many books anymore, but I figured it's a library sale.
You guys do well at library book sales. It's exciting.
We don't do books so much anymore. That was something we started with, and Charles got really, really heavy in, and we had
when we did really well.
Yeah, when we did them, we did really well, and you can do a lot of really
awesome.
Way to
start. Great way to start on Amazon. It's a messy game though.
It is, but yeah, like you said, it's a good way to start. You really learn the ins and outs of Amazon and how to put a shipment together, and just everything, all those like fundamentals you really need. Definitely books are low buy cost. You can usually flip them for decent money, and
these guys are coming prepared. I'll be there with her, our scanners, bins, ready to make some money.
Nice. Very cool.
I'll have to bust out my which scanner do I have? The KDC.
The KDC.
I'll have to bust out my KDC. I haven't used that in I don't even know how long.
Yeah, we won't come and steal books from you. We'll just come and hang out.
I'm gonna steal all the books.
You're gonna steal all the books.
Allie's gonna show up and
burn them.
Allie's like, I didn't realize how cheap plane tickets were coming out there.
So we're landing tonight.
We'll be there in just 7 hours.
Yep.
All right, guys. We want to thank you so much for your time. This has been a blast.
Thank you.
We definitely, it's fine. It's like you meet people again, like there's no needing to break ice. You just get along. And I love hanging out with you guys, even if it's virtually for now.
It's been fun.
Yeah, we just thank you guys for your time, staying late. Thanks to everyone in the chat who stayed on live, or if you watched the recording. We appreciate you guys showing up and staying here for the whole time.
Yep. If you're not subscribed to Ralli Roots, you should be.
It's
so
us.
go ahead and subscribe.
And make sure that you hound these guys to do more collabs with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do it. Now that your season's
we
started.
you guys need to come on our channel too next time.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll stay connected and we'll do we need to get our next garage sale wars up.
Yes.
That was so much fun. And you guys edited it so well, where you went like back and forth and back and forth.
That was way cool. That was all Ryan.
Was that you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll take credit for that one.
That was
I'll
do it. That was all Ryan. That would have taken me twice as long too.
It would have been up for this garage sale season, the last one.
Yeah, by now I would have had it up.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, this is from a year ago.
Yeah, like
Callie, hey Callie's still in the chat. Callie, that Star Wars polo that you bought just sold on our eBay. You should go look.
It did?
Yeah.
Wait,
Go Callie.
Callie went sourcing and she bought a Star Wars polo that I left behind. She picked it up and it's
nice.
Dang.
Just gonna be excited about that. Well, thank you guys so much for having us. Seriously, we really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. You guys have an amazing night. Thank you again. We'll see you guys soon.
Good
Bye.
night, everyone. Peace.
Later, guys.
Chicken grease.